For many years, the name Palworld circulated the online community as a meme that few people took seriously, and for others, it just faded with time because they didn't really care. But rather than being a joke, for how cheap it is with the early access approach, it actually is a great game with a lot of depth in it so long as you're fine with very long grinds for progressional gains. It's taking what Gamefreak refuses to provide their players with, that being a large open multiplayer world with crafting and survival exploration and catching Pokemon. Palworld feels fairly bare bones, yet there's plenty of things for you to do. You can visit settlements, trade pals, butcher, breed, eat, fight, and capture them, and many other things. The game did start off a little bit off-putting. The character models and the creative aspect of your character were more in accordance to what people would expect, namely that it was bad and was a joke due to how twisted up some of the combinations were and how much they looked like putty rather than actual character designs. Getting past this and focusing on the game as a whole from level 1 to level 20, if you're playing alone and not with random players on a dedicated server or with friends, it can be pretty demanding, taking anywhere from 12 to 16 hours just to get to the point of having basic necessities like a gun and finishing the tutorial. You can alter this by modifying the EXP values and other settings in your world. A very good touch for people who just want to get higher level and not have to waste too much time. As of right now, after 20 hours of gameplay, completing the tutorial and exploring a good portion of the map while taking on a lot of the rather mediocre boss fights and Syndicate/Free Alliance, I have to say that I really like what was here. From exploring the world, finding a really nice place to set up a base and expanding on that, and then once again exploring to settle down somewhere else where specific resources were needed once you started to get up into the higher levels. There's definitely a lot of push for you as a player to continue exploring and finding new locations that are perfect for what you need to settle down with and continue building up your guild. Because this is not a procedurally generated world at the moment, every world will remain the same, making it feel a little too linear as there are very good locations to set up for your first and second base. Herein lies the issue that you may encounter if you're playing solo or even with a few friends. While the gameplay is enjoyable in certain ways, even with the 20 times additional EXP, you are attempting to build up bases and a production line and eventually become totally automated. If you're not playing with at least 2 players, working together with exploration and with creation, it will take a very long time to make any progress in one way or the other. This could be because it's still in early access, but there isn't really much to explore. You can complete dungeons that reward you with uncommon and rare blueprints, allowing you to craft powerful versions of the common variants, while occasionally having your bases raided by high-level pals and syndicate goons. But if you do not enjoy spending the most of your time managing pals and their specialized features for specific resources and special effects, as well as trying to find excellent variants of those pals to increase their professions even more, then I can guarantee that you will most likely dislike the slow and somewhat boring grinds, since you are not going into this game guns blazing. You are working very slowly to get to that point. Palworld is something that many people like for a variety of reasons. It could be because many of these pals have so many element varieties and many different biomes that require heat and cold resistances, or simply because it's a lot of fun to play with friends. If you enjoy games like Ark and Pokemon in general, I can guarantee that you will enjoy this game. However, if you're searching for in-depth NPC interactions, quests other than the guild quests, and PvP, these features are currently unavailable but may be available in the future.